that is Mary Kay sliding and subliminally dissing Shedeur Sanders for graduating from Colorado. Yes. Now, how did this go underneath the rug? I don't know. I don't really follow Mary Kay like that, but I did come across this article that picked up on what she said. Now, we all seen what happened this past weekend. Shedeur Sanders was up in Boulder, Colorado to graduate, walk across that stage on an epic milestone of his life. He even dropped footage.
Hey, I got it on right. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey. Oh, hey.
It states Cleveland Browns reporter Mary Kay Cabot is again under the fire of Shedeur Sanders supporters on social media. Did she intentionally slight Shedeur Sanders, quarterback of the Browns, after graduating? Many feel she minimized his accomplishments with wording used in a recent story, and she headlined the term diploma rather than a degree. Damn.
Shedeur Sanders just made a move that has the entire NFL media landscape shaking, and it is about time someone put a price tag on the disrespect. For months, the most scrutinized quarterback in professional football has been forced to endure a quiet, calculated campaign designed to shrink his image before he ever takes a single meaningful snap in a Browns uniform. But after a specific article dropped this past weekend, the silence is officially over. A veteran reporter thought she could slide a subliminal diss under the rug, but the Shedeur Nation caught it in 4K. We are talking about a linguistic trap so blatant that even a decade-old receipt was pulled out to prove it was intentional. Is this just reporting, or is it a personal mission to destroy a young man's legacy? You need to drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because what we found inside Mary Kay Cabot's latest story is a masterclass in how to minimize a generational talent.
It's led to online backlash continuing followers' beef with Mary Kay Cabot, the belief she's made in her mission to prorate the second-year quarterback. Now, let's head on over to Mary Kay X before we get into this, man. Because in this, they talk about what he finished with. Shedeur had a 3.9 or whatnot. But let's pull up Mary Kay real quick, man. Because I want to see for myself. Let me blow this all the way up, bro. I want to see for myself, dog. Because I'm fighting the good fight. Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders returns to Colorado Saturday to receive his diploma.
To truly understand why the internet is currently on fire, you have to look at the specific words being used to describe one of the biggest milestones in Shedeur Sanders' life. This past weekend, Shedeur returned to Boulder, Colorado to walk across that stage and officially finish what he started. He earned his credentials from the University of Colorado, a feat he accomplished while simultaneously carrying the weight of an entire athletic program and navigating the meat grinder of the NFL draft process. But when it came time for the Cleveland media to cover it, the headline didn't say he earned a degree, it said he received a diploma. Now, to the casual scroller, that might seem like a minor detail, but in the world of professional journalism and high-stakes framing, that word choice is a surgical strike. A diploma is what you get when you finish high school or a weekend seminar. A degree is what you earn after years of grueling, upper-level academic work. Mary Kay Cabot knows the difference. She has been in this game longer than Shedeur has been alive. She understands language, she understands branding, and she chose to use the most dismissive term in the dictionary to describe a college graduation.
So, this is from 2015 when she wrote this about Danny Sheldon. Today, she wrote, Shedeur Sanders received a diploma. What the hell? What a clown you are. The kid got his degree, not a diploma. Imagine not being able to garner engagement without saying this guy's name. And you can't even give him the proper due respect while you capitalize off his likeness. Shameless and classless. Bro, that's what I've been saying, bro. That's what I said in a lie the other day. All these Cleveland Browns reporters is capitalizing off Shedeur more than anybody I've ever seen. And blatant disrespect, flip-flop takes, the disrespect is earning them money. People can say what they want about Colorado media. Colorado media shows Shedeur a lot of love.
But the disrespect didn't stop with the headline. This was a quiet, calculated attempt to shrink a moment that should have been celebrated as a rare achievement. How many starting quarterbacks in this league are graduating with a near-perfect 3.9 GPA while balancing the pressure of $1 billion franchise? That number alone, the 3.9, should have been the lead. It should have been blasted across every Cleveland media platform as a testament to the intelligence and discipline of their new signal caller. Instead, it was buried, replaced by a word that carries none of the weight of the achievement. This is exactly how the old guard media works. They don't attack you directly, because that leaves too much evidence for a PR nightmare. They minimize you. They use words that sound close enough, but strip away the prestige. It is an agenda wearing the costume of objective reporting, and it has been a pattern with this specific reporter since the moment the Sanders family arrived in the city.
Cleveland deserves better. Like that one. Shout out to Brian Tyner. He been there for a minute. Shedeur Sanders has earned a degree with a 3.9. We remember everything Mary Kay said about last season, implying that he wasn't smart. He couldn't read, defense, etc. Every time you speak, it shows how clueless you are. Ooh, somebody said racist, obsessed, weirdo. That likes to turn down black men and play victim. Old guard media. You can't control the narrative about this young man. You are a dick for this post. I get you hate every member of the Sanders family, but the constant hate and disrespect towards Shedeur needs to stop. He earned his college degree. Bro, these fans are pissed. And it's over like, how many comments? Almost 300 comments, 259 comments.
Remember when Mary Kay Cabot was implying that Shedeur could not read a defense?
If you think the fans are overreacting, you haven't seen the smoking gun yet. This is the part that exposes the entire operation as a targeted hit. Somebody dug through the archives and found an article from 2015. Back then, Mary Kay Cabot wrote a story about Danny Shelton missing minicamp to receive his degree. She used the correct word for a defensive lineman 10 years ago without hesitating for a single second. Fast forward to 2026, and suddenly she forgets the terminology for Shedeur Sanders? Same reporter, same outlet, but a completely different set of rules. This comparison does not leave any room for debate. It proves that using the word diploma wasn't a typo or a style preference. It was a decision made by someone who decided that this young man's academic success was not worth real recognition. It is shameless, it is classless, and the receipts are literally a decade old. The most outrageous part of this entire diplomagate is the fact that these media outlets are profiting off Shedeur while they actively try to tear him down. Every time they put his name in a headline, their traffic spikes. Every time they post a breaking news update about the Sanders family, their engagement numbers go through the roof. Shedeur is the engine that powers their entire platform. He is the reason people are clicking on their articles and tuning into their pre-game shows. And yet, instead of showing even a shred of professional gratitude for the massive audience he brings them, they can't even give him his proper academic title. It is the definition of the engagement grift. They want the revenue that comes with the Sanders brand, but they want to keep the man behind the brand as small as possible. It is a parasitic relationship that the fans are officially done tolerating. We all remember what was being implied last season. Certain media voices were whispering that Shedeur wasn't smart enough, or that he couldn't read a defense fast enough for the professional level. They were questioning his football IQ every single week. And now, the man proves he is a literal scholar with a 3.9 GPA, and suddenly they don't want to talk about IQ anymore. Where is the correction to the narrative? You don't get to spend months implying a player is slow-witted, and then turn around and shrink his college graduation down to a diploma mention. Cleveland deserves a reporter who actually wants their quarterback to win, not someone who seems to be playing defense against her own team's starter. The contrast between how the Colorado media handled Shedeur and how the Cleveland media is treating him is a complete disgrace. In Boulder, they watched him grow, they watched him lead, and they celebrated his milestones with the respect they deserved. In Cleveland, he walked into a media circle that seems more interested in flip-flop takes and manufactured drama than actual football analysis. They treat him like a disaster they are stuck covering, instead of a generational talent they are lucky to have. The anybody but Sanders mafia is real, and they are currently being exposed by the very people who pay their bills, the fans. With nearly 300 comments of pure, unadulterated fury on that post, it's clear that the narrative is slipping out of their control. The old guard thought they could shape how the world sees this young man, but they forgot one thing. Shedeur Sanders has a fan base that remembers everything, and documents even more. The lawsuit conversation is getting louder, because people are tired of seeing a young black man have his achievements systematically erased by objective journalists. You can't control the narrative about this young man anymore. The wall has been breached. Shedeur earned that degree, he built that GPA, and he walked across that stage while the haters were still trying to figure out how to spell his name correctly. The receipts are in, the verdict is out, and the diploma era of reporting is officially dead. Shedeur didn't just receive a piece of paper, he earned a seat at the table that no amount of calculated media disrespect can take away. If this video opened your eyes to the games being played behind the scenes, smash that like button and subscribe. We are just getting started exposing the truth that the old guard wants to keep hidden.